Welcome to Sopron in Hungary for a huge EuroLeague women's matchup between Sopron and Galatasaray. Both these teams only have 3 games left to stake a claim on a quarter-finals berth. In the reverse of this fixture, back on game day 6, it was Galatasaray coming away with a tough-fought 67-61 win. A full slate of games here in Group B today. 4 games in total as we get to the business end of the season. And Group B itself, well, it couldn't be closer. No team is currently guaranteed a playoff berth, and 7 of the 8 teams still in the hunt to make it to the postseason. Doesn't get much more exciting than this right now, as Group B is poised for a wonderful closeout to the regular season. Officials blow their whistle to send the players back to the benches for player introductions. Galatasaray, it's not quite a must-win game for them, but they know a loss tonight leaves them with a mountain to climb in their last 2 games. Realistically, they probably need to win all 3 of their remaining games to get through. They might get through with a couple of wins, but they don't want to leave it to chance. Galatasaray snapped a 4-game losing streak last week with a 12-point win over Girona, and they'll hope that that will give them momentum heading into the big game here against Sopron in Hungary this evening. As for Sopron themselves, well, they started the season strongly. They won their first 3 games, but have been unable to get a run going since then. Consistency has been lacking in EuroLeague women, but not domestically. Only lost 1 game so far this season in the Hungarian league. Sopron, 2 wins out of their last 3 games will guarantee them a quarter-final berth, but for top spot, they're probably going to need to win all 3. We have Galatasaray introduced to the crowd. Very limited numbers here in the arena, with the pandemic still in full swing. As I said, Galatasaray won the reverse of this fixture in Istanbul. That was on the back of Steinberger. I'm sure whether she'll be taking part in this evening's game. She scored 27 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Picked up an injury shortly after. Looks like she's on the floor. And injuries have been a bit of a problem for Galatasaray this season. Plenty of smiles on the players' faces though. They're entering the game with some confidence. Sopron are now introduced. They continue to be impressive on the European stage. Third best defence in EuroLeague women this season, conceding just 64.5 points a game. Only 2 defences better, that's Fenerbahce and Praha. However, the problem for Sopron is on the other end of the floor. The second worst offence in Group B, scoring a little over 68 points a game, and that at times has been one of the areas that's undone them this season. They'll be determined to get back to the Final 4 again. They were there last year. They'll still have that in their mind, that they came away 4th, missing out on a podium finish. Always a tough pill to swallow for a player. They'll want to make amends this season, that's for sure. Over 5 minutes until opening tip as the coaching staff exchange fist bumps and handshakes on the half. Head back to their benches to get back to business. Officials warming up as well, our official team for this evening. Coach Guvan. So here are our officials. Zdenka Tomasovic, Ariadna Dueca-Morena, Jan Balun from Slovakia, Spain and Czech Republic respectively. Plenty of experience in the officiating crew, as there is in both teams' rosters. As I say, Anate Steinberg has been a miss. Here's your starting 5. Davis, Guljan, Bilgic, Plum and Krajšnik. That's a pretty impressive starting 5. Kelsey Plum announced herself to EuroLeague women last week. The first game, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists against Girona. And Coach Guvan, he knows that although this isn't mathematically a do-or-die game. Emotionally, it kind of feels that way. Here's your starting five for Sopron: Williams, Bekbanecki, Varga. Count for Williams. She has been pivotal for Sopron this season, averaging 14.5 rebounds. But Gaspar has lent on her. But he will be happier of the two coaches. He knows that his team's destiny are in their own hands, and a win tonight keeps it that way. They'll get to decide on their win-loss record for the final 3 games and whether they'll make the postseason. For Galatasaray, they'll want to go out and win every game. It still might not see them through. Unbelievably, it might not see them through. Just 3 minutes away from the opening tip here in Sopron. No two ways about it. Kreisnick will play a big part in today's proceedings, averaging 17.6 points and 9 rebounds a game. She's playing 31 minutes. She's a big part of the puzzle for Galatasaray. As for Sopron, alongside Gabby Williams, looking out for Bernadette Hattar. She's putting some big shifts in, as is Brianne January. Tringard will no doubt be used to the pressure that her team are going to feel. Few fans that are allowed into the stands are making their way to their seats. I'm sure they'll make some noise for their home team here in Hungary. Sopron at the moment have a head-to-head advantage historically over Galatasaray. They lead 3-2 on the head-to-head. But to be honest, these teams are so equally matched. This is set potentially to be an absolutely legendary evening of EuroLeague women's basketball. I don't think there's many people brave enough to pick a winner on this one. You might suggest that maybe Sopron, because they're the home team, perform slightly better this season, are favourites, but do bear in mind that it's Galatasaray who won the earlier fixture between these two teams, winning that one 67-61 in Istanbul. Moments away from opening tip now here in Hungary. Your chance to get your phones out and download the EuroLeague Women app, available on Android and iOS, completely free of charge. We'll keep you up to date with everything you need during today's game. Box scores, news, stats, highlight videos. A real companion to follow you along the season. Plum with a big smile on her face. Second game in EuroLeague Women this season. As I said, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in the first. Really came in and hit the ground running for the Turkish team. Kreisnick will go up against Hattar for the opening tip here this evening. Waiting for the final few seconds of the pre-game clock to expire. EuroLeague Women's big matchup here this evening for you underway. Tip is knocked out of bounds and it'll be a Galatasaray ball. Both these teams fighting for a quarter-final berth. Neither guaranteed yet, and everything to play for here in Group B between Sopron and Galatasaray. Bilgic now. Waiting for Plum to set the back screen for Kreisnick, and Sopron working well that they're not trying to switch, particularly on the defensive end. They're chasing over screens to start the game. Baseline drive, foul's going to be called. Coach Gouvin, plenty to do in the last 3 games of the regular season for his team. Davis strong to the basket and gets the scoring underway, and that really is a signal of intention from Kayla Davis, averaging just under 12 points and 5 rebounds a game this season across the 6 games she's played so far. Williams almost throws it away. Picked up by January. Fakes the 3, looks to throw it inside to Hatta. A little bit too much weight on the pass, and it's stolen away by Galatasaray. Bilgic now. Use a screen set by Krajicnik. There's the bounce pass inside. Strong move by Krajicnik. Good chase down by Hatta. Another score for Galatasaray though, and they're certainly known for it. They know how to score on the interior. Paint is where they get a lot of their offensive production. Jumper goes up. That one looks a little bit clutchy. Pulled at it a little bit. Good hustle though from Fegvanek. That will be Sopron ball. Gaspar there, coach since 2018. He himself experienced the heartbreak last season of finishing 4th. Shot goes up from outside. That one's a little short. Rebound pulled down by Davis. Davis drives through, and the rotation from Sopron is slow. And an easy score from Davis, and a 6-0 run to start the game for the Turkish side. Fegvanek now at the top. Well, a step back jumper by January's an air ball, and Sopron, they might be at home, but the nerves and the pressure seem to be affecting their performance in the first 2 minutes of this game. Bilgic will take it on the wing. Guljan comes across to set the screen. Low post pass to Krajicnik. Krajicnik spin move, pivot, strong move. Good defense this time by Hatta though. Blocks her out, doesn't give her the space. No good with the jumper. Galatasaray come away. 2.5 minutes gone. Sopron yet to trouble the scorekeeper. Strong move to the bucket by Bilgic, but she ends up amongst the trees, and Sopron defense blocks down well. Williams goes inside. Hatta is fouled by Krajicnik. Hatta will go to the line for 2 shots. It called on Guljan or Krajicnik. Let's have a look what the officials say. Been called for the foul. First is good for Hatta. Just a 60% free throw shooter so far this season prior to this evening's game. Next with the second. Bilgic now hands it off to Davis. Davis looking for a gap against Williams. Defense floats well. Baseline drive by Guljan. Foul's going to be called. Going to be on Varga. The first foul of the game. 20 years of age, Elise Varga. Thrown in at the deep end. Plenty to learn. Big move to the bucket from Kayla Davis again. Her up to 6 points already. 3 from 3 from the field. Williams now. And cross up Guljan. Comes up short with the jumper, and at the moment Sopron look a little lost. Still to score a bucket from open play. Their 2 points came from the free throw line. And with 3.5 minutes into the game, Guljan to use some strength, but the defense matches up well. Varga not allowing her to gain the space she needs inside. Oh, and the jumper's good. That should hopefully calm some nerves. January dropping the jumper. Baseline drive is good, and that is a tough play from Kelsey Plum. Galatasaray's lead still at 6, a little under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Williams floats to the bucket and gets the score, and it was just the speed of footwork that enabled her to create the separation from Krajcik. Backdoor pass from Gulcan, wonderfully read, and Plum picks up another 2. And Sopron's usually watertight defense has plenty of holes in it right now. Coach Gaspar's going to call a timeout. He wants to talk it over with his team. They are not used to conceding 12 points in under 5 minutes. Let's hear what he has to say to his team.
Passionate, ambitious, elite, verbunden, united, inspirierend, competitiva, ambitiösa, stylish, powerful, diverse, diferente, beraber, inspiring.
Generally, they are taking good possessions and they are just scoring and over us. We have to be one step higher, stronger there. Okay, no deny needed right here. Okay, all right. In offense, these early ball screens are good. Okay, 2 short version was good. Good attacking. It wasn't that bad. It was okay. Be aggressive there. In 1 down, that was good. Let's try now. 5 side. Okay, 5 side. Quieto, Aro.
Coach Gaspar, cool, calm and collected as usual, but plenty to talk about as at the moment his team's defensive ethos has slightly escaped them. It was 90% of the time out was talking about how to rearrange their defensive end, very little on the offensive end. Galatasaray come out into a 2-1-2 press zone, but it quickly drops back into the half court and they switch into a man. Williams baseline drive, skips it to the weak side corner. Jumper goes up and is good. Fegvanek nails the 3. She's not been shooting well so far this season, just 23%. But the veteran drains the 3 when her team needs it the most. Bilgic now trying to shake up Fegvanek, but Hungarian stays in front of her assignment. Krajcik misses the jumper. It will be a Sopron ball on the baseline. That 3 will hopefully, for the home fans, have settled some nerves. Galatasaray now in a 2-3 zone. Let's see what Sopron do with that. Opens up shooters, that's for sure. No good this time though. Rebound pulled down by Gulcan. Long 2 is way off target from Kelsey Plum. The right decision, she was open, within her range. We see Gay come into the action and Hatar head to the bench for her first rest of the night. Side to Gay now. She's going up against Krajcik, uses the pivot well, goes to that little running right hand, and it's a nice soft touch and a beautiful way to introduce yourself to the game. French big here to play. Shot goes up from Bilgic, no good. Krajcik fights the rebound down though. Bilgic gets it back. Needs to do something. Gets out of the key. Krajcik looks to establish down low against Gay. Goes in. Good defense by Gay. Enough to body Krajcik out of the way. Nice. Slips to the bucket. Gay with the offensive rebound. No good. That should have been an easy 2 for her. I think she was slightly surprised that she got the offensive rebound so easy, and Plum's going to draw the foul from January. Sopron have fought their way back to within 1. For a hot start from the Turkish team, the home team, the Hungarians, now back in contention. Yilmaz now. Her first taste of the action. Plum drives inside. Foul's going to be called. Bucket waved away. The displeasure of the crowd is called. Gay whistled for her first foul. Plum continues to cause problems. Krajnik just lowers the shoulder ever so slightly to create the contact. That gave her the separation she needed. Almost a signature move for Krajnik. Williams skips it out. Hands of Jovanovic now. Much going on for Sopron. Into the corner. Shot goes up, back of the iron and away. Guljan is out of the races, but has it knocked away. Good quick hands by January, and the foul's going to be called on Yilmaz. Have a look at a replay of the foul. Probably accidental. A trip as she tries to step in to steal it. Second team foul of the quarter for Galatasaray. Sopron gone over their threshold already. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Shot goes up. January nails the three, and that is the sign of a great player. Just confidence to continue to put the shot up. She struggled early on with her jumper. She's just 2 from 4 from the field, but she continues to know that she can hit those shots. That's a tough fadeaway. Looking to draw the foul, but the defense was smart to it. Inside to Gay, it's knocked away. Abby Gay not finding success at the moment. There's the outlet pass, and it was a little bit late. Left Yilmaz with no space to get the shot away. Game tied, 14 apiece. This is the game we were expecting. Two big heavyweights in European basketball going toe-to-toe. January to the bucket. Reverse layup, no good. Gay, another offensive rebound. This time she'll come back out with it. Inside to Gay, wide open. Gets the two, her second bucket of the night, and Sopron's first lead. After a blistering start, Galatasaray have started to struggle offensively. Guljan inside, no good. They're getting interior shots, the ones they want. They're just not quite connecting with them. They're a bit more contested than they were at the start of the game. Jovanovic now slows things down. The Gay inside, doesn't get the score. That's a second gimme bucket that Gay's missed today. Plum to the basket, no foul called. That will be a Sopron possession. Yilmaz helps a teammate to her feet. Basharan comes into the action for the first time. Krajnik heads to the bench. Also going to the bench is Plum as Bilgic comes back in. Atar also back into the action as well. Plenty of changes. Sopron running a two-big lineup now. That's interesting to see how that plays out, particularly with Krajnik off the floor. Inside to Hatar. Short little fade away, and it was the fade away that cost her. Because she wasn't straight up and straight down, that meant her shot came up short. More aggression, maintain her position, would have paid off. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Galatasaray in the zone. Shot comes from outside, in and out. Hatar almost pulls the rebound down. Bilgic will scoop up the loose ball. Shot clock turned off. Galatasaray should take the last shot of the first quarter. Basharan sets the screen. Bilgic picks it back out. The two. Will the shot go away in time? Left-hand floater, no good. That's the end of the first quarter. And an exciting first quarter of action we've had here in Hungary. As Sopron, the home team, hold on to a narrow 2-point lead. Sopron 16, Galatasaray 14, 10 minutes down. A huge 30 minutes still ahead of us. Here are your shooting statistics from that first quarter. Interesting, all of the points from Galatasaray coming from 2 points. No threes, no free throws. While Sopron struggling to score inside. Their resurgence coming from the free throw line and the perimeter. Davis leading all scorers at the moment with 6 points, and Bilgic being a usual self, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, while Williams leading the rebounding battle for Sopron. Head-to-head, remember, could come into this game, and at the moment, due to their 6-point win earlier in the season, Sopron need to win this game or will be targeting at least a 7-point win this evening. The Galatasaray really do need to win the game. It's not mathematically that way, but it's very close to being. Here's some of the highlights from that first quarter, and Galatasaray got off to a lightning start. 6-0 run to start the game before Sopron started getting their offense moving. More importantly for them, their defense actually started clicking. Sopron are known for their defensive intensity, and that's what's going to win them the game here this evening. Second quarter action underway here in Hungary. EuroLeague women regular season. We're at the business end of the regular season now. Shot goes up from Plum. She certainly entered EuroLeague women's season with confidence. Just her second game for Galatasaray. At the first quarter break, Sopron hold a narrow 2-point lead. Expect it to be a huge margin at any point in the game. Shot goes up from the corner, and that's good. String music for Varga. Jovanovic with the score. Passed off, and a good move to the bucket. Just pure strength gets the score. Or Davis takes her personal tally to 8, leading all scorers. Begvanek nails a long 2. Beautiful form from the guard. Bilgic draws the foul off Begvanek. First foul of the quarter. A little over a minute gone in this second quarter. Sopron with a 4-point lead. Plum now uses the Basharan screen. Comes back out. Wide open. Shot's no good, but the foul's going to be called. Kayla Davis fouled in the act of shooting. Hattar unsure why the call was made. She's shaking her head. But either way, Davis is heading to the free throw line, and she is currently 90% from the free throw line this season in EuroLeague women. And there's the commentator's curse for you. She comes up short with the first. It's the second though. Travelling fans supporting Galatasaray here today in Sopron. Connects with the second. Connects with the second and the third. Reducing Sopron's lead to just 2 points now. Williams moves it back into the hands of Vanovic. No good. Rebound pulled down this time by Plummer. Plum now with the possession. Looks to go inside, has to come back out. Guljam will drive the baseline, goes up, right hand, and no good. Big rebound though, tough play by Gizem Basharan. She's one of those glue players. She's a role player within the Galatasaray roster, but how important are those players? Hattar, long 2 is good. That's an area of the game that really does make her such an offensive threat. A big of that size who has such good back to the basket offense, able to step out and hit the jumper. It's a real threat. Davis now looking to shake Hattar, creates the space, is fouled on her way to the bucket, hits the hardwood hard. Back on her feet though. She'll... Yeah, easy call for the officials on that one. Fegvanek called for the foul. Back in the game comes Varga, out goes Gay. Davis will head to the free throw line once again. It's the first of her two this time. The chance to tie the game up now. 7:36 left in the second quarter. Misses the second. Rebound pulled down by Williams. Skipped into the hands of Fegvanek, and the jumper is good. Fegvanek really doing a job here today. 7 points personal for Zofia Fegvanek. Bilgic now looking to put some shake on, drives to the bucket. No good. The handle was hot enough, but maybe the drive to the basket wasn't strong enough or quick enough. Ball's moved back out. No good for the jumper again, and Sopron's perimeter game has dried up. Hattar with the good defense. Basharan can't pull the rebound down. Williams can. She'll go to the hole. Coast to coast and one. Big play by Gabby Williams. She was not taking no for an answer on that play. Pure determination from the French forward. Just drives in, draws the contact and stays with the play. She'll head to the line for the bonus. Timeout's been called. Sopron out to a 5-point lead. 6:43 left in this first half. And unsurprisingly, Coach Gouvan wants to call a timeout. Things aren't going the way for the Turkish side. Let's listen into his huddle, hear what he has to say.
Use the first passes, and the other thing is, stop the fast break, stop her, make a real foul. You try to touch like a baby. Sam, geçsene. Now listen. Sam, Tina, Melis, Chelsea. Go with the dribble. Set a screen to Tina. Tina, go down. More post up. After that, Melis, Gizem, turns taker to Chelsea. Chelsea, go up. Melis, good post up for Chelsea.
Pretty straightforward call to action from Coach Gouvan. I think his team, they're fouling like babies. Going to foul hard, and you can understand that it's within the realms of the game. He's not asking them to try and injure the other team. He's just trying to say, look, if you're going to foul them on their way to the bucket, make sure that they don't get an easy opportunity to score, which was the case for Williams. Foul from Davis was light. Williams plenty of opportunity to head to the line for a three-point play. And she makes them pay to the full extent, extending the game-high lead for Sopron. It's out to 6 now. Plum into the hands of Kreisnik. Looked like she pulled at that a little. Bit too heavy on the push. Comes off right as well. Ball inside to Hattar, but it's kicked away by Bilgic. Shot clock will stay at 16, and it will be a sideline possession for Sopron. Into the action will come Fegvanek and January. Out of the game comes Williams. Galatasaray will make the change as well. As we've seen Basharan come out and Davis come back in. Both coaches rotating heavily in the first half, and it's wise. A game like this potentially has overtime written on it. Make sure you keep key players fresh throughout is important. January now moves it back out. Jovanovic. Yeah, zone defense working well for Galatasaray right now. Hattar, shot clock expires, but she nails the big jumper from the free throw line. Cool, calm and collected. 6 points now for Bernadette Hattar. Inside to Davis, to Guljan. Very shallow trajectory from Guljan. Rebound pulled down by Sopron. They really are flying right now. Fegvanek moves it well, comes back out. Oh, that would have been a big shot. Hattar in amongst the trees, pulls down the rebound and just shrugs Krajcik off. Draws the foul from Krajcik. Second team foul of the quarter for Galatasaray. Sopron will make the change as Jovanovic comes out and Zukor comes in. Two years of age. Zukor just played in one previous game so far in EuroLeague Women's this season. To get the ball away, or a 3-second will get called. To the corner again. Oh, and the shot is good. This time it's Varga, and Sopron continue to dominate proceedings. The first double-digit lead of the game. 5:12 left in the second quarter. And Coach Gouvin forced into taking 2 timeouts in quick succession. What's he got to say? How's he going to change things for his team?
For the defense, we have a still problem, but on the defense, you have to attack and you focus your shots. Make your shots and play smarter. If big is run on to you, beat her. Onside. Onside, Tina. Melis. Kayla. Chelsea, listen. Go there. Chelsea, go there. Okay. After this. Melis open. Pass the ball, Melis. Kayla. Go down again. Play post up. Okay.
Sure, Coach Gouvin has all the answers in that huddle, but he does know his team need to step up the defensive intensity. I'm not sure the zone defense is the right move. Head back to man, just the match-up defense is going to work better for them. They have the talent to match up straight with Sopron. I'm not sure why they're not. Galatasaray jump-start their offense. Increase the intensity on the defensive end. What Coach Gouvin's asking for. Davis now. Pulls up, mid-range 2, comes up short. Rebound again pulled down by Hattar. Her second rebound of the game. January inside. Hattar running the lanes, gets the reward. That's a smart pass by January. It's good to reward your bigs when they get out and run with you. Plum now uses the screen from Krajcik to Bilgic, drives inside, foul's going to be called. Fegvanek blown for the foul and she knows what's coming. Going to head straight to the bench. Into the action comes Williams. Up her third foul of the game. See Fegvanek again this half. Plum has it stolen away. Good quick hands. Strong drive to the bucket. Gets the score. What a play by Dalma Zhuka. Her first points in the EuroLeague women's competition this season. Bilgic, little shake, creates the space. Plum, corner, jumper. No good. Hattar read the flight well. Pulls down the air ball. Sopron are absolutely flying right now, much to the appreciation of the home crowd. Inside, Hattar, another easy score, and the Hungarian team are dominant. Listen to the crowd. They know they're witnessing absolute world-class basketball from their team right now. Hattar called for the foul. Plum smartly using her footwork to draw the foul from Hattar. That will send Hattar to the bench with 2 personal fouls. Back in the game comes Gay. That signals Galatasaray's chance to fight their way back into this one. Plum misses the first of her 2 free throws. Plum really has brought an energy to Galatasaray. Plays with a smile on her face, but plenty of hustle and heart on display as well. Galatasaray still sitting in the zone defense. Williams splits the zone, draws the foul. Guljan going to get called for that one. January uses the screen by Gay. Williams will drive inside. Kicks it out. Good ball movement by Sopron. The shot goes up. The rebound is going to be won. And that's the problem. There's no way that Sopron should be getting the rebound when Galatasaray are playing that zone. Remain. Yellow ball on the baseline as Bilgic, undersized, couldn't hold on to it. Long inbound pass. Varga hands it off to Williams. Williams drives inside, tries to hand it off to Gay. The loose ball falls back into Sopron's possession. And at the moment, Galatasaray are just having to withstand wave after wave of offense from Sopron as they give up offensive rebound after offensive rebound. Galatasaray now moving into more of a man defense. Foul's going to be called on Davis. Taylor Davis picking up the foul. 3.4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And defensively, Galatasaray look completely lost right now. Basharan will come in as Guljan heads to the bench. Williams hits the first of her 2 free throws. Takes her personal tally to 6. She already has 7 rebounds and 5 assists. If ever there was a stat line that is screaming triple-double, that might be it from Gabby Williams. Bilgic uses the Krajnik screen, goes inside, has to kick it back to Krajnik. She uses her body well, can't get the score, but the rebound's pulled down by Basharan. Foul's going to be called. Wait to see who that one is on. Is it on January? Around January, just asking the officials to explain what the call was. Let's have a look at the replay. Basharan now hands it out, and yeah, over the back of Bilgic. Easy call for the officials. Bilgic heads to the free throw line. Hits the front of the iron, and the basketball gods are smiling on it as that one drops in. 23-10. Galatasaray have been outscored here in the second quarter. An absolute clinic from Sopron. January for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Krajnik. Her 4th rebound of the game. Frustratingly for Galatasaray, the same number of points she's got as well. They need her scoring more than that if they're going to win today's game. Need the ball that far away from the basket. Bilgic trying to fight a way through. Has it stolen away. Jukor with the smart hands. January now drives the baseline. Zukor wide open for 3. Puts the air ball up though. She knew that was nowhere near as she tried to chase down the rebound. Bilgic. Tried to get the mismatch, couldn't get it. Oh, and the pass inside to Basharan. That's a big play. And Basharan is actually one of the bright sparks here today. She's come into the game and she's made a difference. She's grabbing boards, she's putting body into the paint, and she's getting some buckets as well. 4 points, 2 rebounds for Gizem Basharan. Timeout called by Coach Gaspar. Let's listen into his huddle.
Okay, here is a low post chance. X5, Abby, you were here. Alice is right there next to you. Okay, so she's trying to 3-quarter against a taller. That's a lob. You have to react there, okay, and get that. Okay. Okay. Let's go with 3, okay, against the matchup. All right? And if they go with man-to-man, onside with the Spain. Okay, onside with Spain. Neta, bravo, dama. You have something, dama. Okay. And Betty.
And a smart timeout called there by Coach Gaspar. A little over a minute to play here in the first half, but he knows a minute when a team is gaining momentum like Galatasaray were then could make a huge dent into his current 13-point lead. Needs to put an end to that before it goes too far. They were up by 17 points. That's the game high lead for Sopron. That's been trimmed back to 13. He wants it to remain double digits at the halfway stage. That's the minimum he's probably asking for as we enter the final minute of the first half. January now floats it to Hattar, and that is straight off the coach's clipboard. Beautiful teamwork from Sopron. Oh, well intercepted, well read by Williams. Ivanovic skips it to January as she nails the huge jumper. And Sopron cannot be suppressed. The lead extended out to a game high 18 points now. Bilgic drives the baseline. He has struggled to find space in today's game. Plum now. Shot clock at 6, drives inside, goes off the glass, no good. Hattar with another rebound. And Sopron, will they get a shot away? January, oh, she doesn't get a shot away in time. She puts her hands up. She knows she should have had an eye on the clock. But I'm not sure they're going to be overly bothered, because at the halfway stage, they have put an absolute schooling onto the hardwood. 20 minutes down in this critical EuroLeague women regular season game, and it's Sopron 44, Galatasaray 26. A mountain for the Turkish team to climb in the second half. They have the talent to do it, but are they going to be able to? Everything at stake. Make sure you return soon. Here are the shooting percentages from that first half. Both teams shooting relatively well. Galatasaray struggling, no points scored from the perimeter, which is rare. They usually have about 15 points in a game from the outside. Hattar is leading all scorers with 12. Williams getting it done, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. As for Galatasaray, Bilgic still putting the hustle out there, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And that tells you a story. Bilgic, one of the smallest players on the floor, but she's leading the rebounding for Galatasaray. Only 2 players in double digits. Hattar for Sopron with 12 and Davis with 10 for Galatasaray. Here are some of the highlights from that first half of action. And Galatasaray got out of the blocks unbelievably quickly in the first half, in the first quarter. 6-0 start to the game, and it looked like they caught Sopron cold. But that quickly changed. Sopron got into some rhythm in that first quarter and re-established themselves, including taking a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter. And it was all one-way traffic from the second quarter onwards. 28-12 Sopron outscored Galatasaray in that second quarter. And you'd love to put it down to an individual, but it was just Sopron playing great team basketball on both ends of the floor, with Galatasaray having no response whatsoever. Hattar is leading them in scoring, 12 points, 4 rebounds, but really the highlight play of the first half is Gabby Williams. She has 7 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists and a steal. She's only been on the floor 17.5 minutes. As for Galatasaray, one player in double digits, Kayla Davis, once again getting the job done. 10 points for her, but she does have 2 fouls already. No one else really close behind her. Bilgic, as always, putting some hustle in. She only has 3 points, but she's grabbed 4 rebounds, which is a team high, and also has 3 assists. Plenty to play for in the second half, but certainly we would say a hill, if not a mountain, for Galatasaray to climb. Remember, this is a must-win game for Galatasaray. It's not mathematically impossible if they don't win today's game, but it certainly makes it very difficult for them to make it through to the quarterfinals. As for Sopron, a win tonight won't secure them a playoff spot, but it will give them almost 1 foot into the postseason here in EuroLeague Women's. And that player there, Gabby Williams, will be taking plenty of credit for their performance so far in the first half, getting it done in every statistical category. So at the halfway stage here in Hungary, the score is Sopron 44, Galatasaray 26. A huge 20 minutes of EuroLeague women basketball still ahead of us. Make sure you come back and join me shortly. Welcome back to Sopron in Hungary, and what a game we have for you here. We're at the business end of the regular season EuroLeague women, and we have two heavyweights going toe-to-toe in a big battle to decide who takes a step closer to a quarter-final berth in this season's EuroLeague women. At the halfway stage, you'd have to say it's Sopron looking far more likely to make it to the postseason. They lead this one 44-26 over Galatasaray in what was an unbelievably impressive second quarter. Sopron went near perfect. Everything they did paid dividends both on the defensive and offensive end, whilst Galatasaray struggled to hold back the wave. They struggled to stop Sopron just dominating proceedings. And I'm sure that Coach Guvan has had plenty to talk about in the locker room with his team at the halfway stage. How will they react in the second half? What can they do differently to change what looks like a Sopron win heading our way here today? A real team performance from the Hungarian side. Leading their scoring is the big Bernadette Hattar. She has 12.4 rebounds. But maybe more symbolically is the performance from Gabby Williams. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists and a steal. That is a triple-double stat line in the making. And she converts it here this evening. That would be an amazing achievement for her. As for Galatasaray, one player in double digits, Kayla Davis. She has 10 points. Outside of that, they have struggled offensively. And they'll need to correct that here in the second half. A few moments away from the start of the second half, both coach teams giving the final instructions to their players, and it's difficult from both sides. Obviously for Coach Guvan, as I'm saying, he needs to really reinvent the wheel for his team. What they did in the second quarter just didn't work, whereas for Coach Gaspar, it's a very different challenge ahead of them. It's about not becoming complacent in the second half. It's about keeping your foot on the accelerator, trying to close the win out as early as you can. Any complacency, and there's plenty of talent, including that player there, Kelsey Plum, to take advantage of it from Galatasaray's perspective. This third quarter really is going to be a make or break. Can Galatasaray force their way back in, or can Sopron close out the win earlier than most of us expected? Second half action underway here in Sopron, Hungary. EuroLeague women regular season at the halfway stage of this one in Group B. Sopron lead 44-26 over Galatasaray. Hattar can't keep it in, but only able to throw it to Guljan. Galatasaray will want a sprightly start to the second half. Can't afford a slow one. Davis, strong move to the bucket, gets the score. And that's an important sign for Galatasaray. She offensively was their go-to in the first half. That takes her to 12 points now, 5 from 8 from the field as well, so an efficient 12 points. January skips it to the corner. Williams tries the baseline, throws it away though. Guljan now out at the races, hands it back. Drives against Hattar, quick foot speed, draws the foul. That will be Hattar's third foul. That could be problematic for the Sopron big. Yeah, it's the hand on the hip, the left hand. It's not the right hand, it's the left hand on the hip check. That's why the officials have called the foul. Doesn't look like they're going to risk it. They're going to bring Abby Gay into the game and take Hattar out. Guljan hits the first of her two. And the second. A great start to the second half for Galatasaray. Exactly what Coach Guvan will have asked for. A 4-0 start. And getting Hattar potentially into some foul trouble. Ball now in low. Quick movement to the wing. Shot goes up, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Bilgic. And Smallest player on the floor, but now up to 5 rebounds. Offensive foul is going to be called on Krajcik. She barrels into January. Have a look at the replay. Yeah, the roll on the screen. It's one of those unfortunate fouls, really. Is going to stay in the game for Sopron at the moment. Williams, it back, wide open, and the jumper's no good from Varga. Big Galatasaray ball on the baseline. 14-point lead for Sopron. The game high is 18 points. That was what the deficit was at the halfway stage. Plum gives it up to Davis. Davis, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down just about by Williams. Takes 2 rebounds away from double digits. Rebound, and Hattar establishes herself way down low. Krajcik can't allow her to get that far down in the paint, otherwise it's a near automatic 2. Krajcik now is going to try and draw the 4th foul off Hattar. Spins, fades away, doesn't get the score. The ball rattles around the iron and floats away. Jovanovic inside, gets the score. Smart play by Navina Jovanovic. And just like that, 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter, Galatasaray trail by 18 once again, and a timeout has been called. Let's dive straight into Coach Guvan's huddle and hear what he has to say.
Ambitious, elite, verbunden, united, inspirierend, competitiva, ambiciozna, stylish, powerful, diverse, diferente, beraber, inspiring.
Go out. Okay, look to Pelin or Melis man jump inside. Look to Melis for shot. Okay, on the defense too. Okay, listen. Just focus on your shot, okay? And run back. But if you want to stop the fast break, go to the offensive run.
Galatasaray had a smart start to the 3rd quarter, both ends of the floor, but as has been the case throughout the game, Sopron just woke up, cancelled out that 4-point switch. Galatasaray know every possession that goes by makes it a tougher task for them to come away with the win here today. Plum draws the double team. There's the pass inside to Krajcik. That's a travelling violation as she drags her pivot foot way down deep into the paint. The body language from the Galatasaray players right now is not positive. I'm not sure they believe there's a way back into the game, and if they don't believe it, then it is an even bigger mountain to climb. Shot goes up from January, no good. She was trying to draw the foul optimistically. There's the pass going back to Plum, and she gets the score off the assist from Bilgic. Smart play by Bilgic. She knew she was amongst the trees and outsized. Jovanovic to Hattar. January now, and sweet movement of the ball from Sopron. That move offensively really did deserve the bucket. Patience and selfless play. Nice outlet pass, and Guljan gets out and runs transition and rewarded with a pinpoint pass for the 2. That's right, back in their zone defense. Foul's going to be called on Hattar. That's her 4th. That causes Sopron a problem. They look much better with Hattar on the floor. That's forced them now to bring Williams in. In fact, just her third, not a fourth, just her third. That's sending her to the bench though. Krajcik now in the low post against Gay. Ball goes low. Strong move, smart play. Back-to-back big plays by Melis Guljan. Up to 6 points personal now. And stolen away. Davis this time out of the races. Hands it off to Bilgic, who will get the score. And Galatasaray are flying as they bring the deficit down to just 10 points. And that is how quickly a game of basketball can turn around. Wow, big play from the Turkish side. Timeout called by Coach Gaspar. Let's head into his huddle.
All the time. Be ready for these loose balls. Jump on it. Keep taking open shots. Make sure we keep up the organized offensive game. Okay, better execution. If somebody is not open, don't pass the ball. Come on, there's always a next step. All right, Jofi, sub, go. One more time, let's go with 5 down. In 5 side, we can set a flare screen and pass the ball like that, okay? And after Abi setting the flare screen, there's an advantage. Extra pass to the corner.
Once again, another smart timeout by Coach Gaspar. Just trying to break the momentum of Galatasaray right now. Found a way back into the game. Primarily on the hands of Guljan. As we see a steal here from Davis. She gets out and runs, hands it off to Bilgic. Steady away, gets the 2. Sopron, steady the nerves. Or are they rocking slightly right now? It looked like they've broken the confidence of Galatasaray, but you see the energy level being applied now from the Turkish team. Mentally, they're right back in the game. Williams pulls up, mid-range 2. That one's short. Rebound is batted around, eventually into the hands of Bilgic for Galatasaray. Guljan. Short 2, no good. Break jumper from Guljan. He's had the time to take the dribble to get to the bucket for the layup. Decided against it though. Williams trying to shake off Guljan. Gets the switch she wanted. Yay. Have to take the jumper as the shot clock expires. She was never going to connect with that one, and Galatasaray bring it back the other way. Plum now uses the screen from Krajcik. Steps back, 3. Another air ball. Galatasaray just need to keep confidence in what they're doing. The higher energy, the intensity is paying dividends. Plum heads to the bench as Yilmaz comes back in. Corner now. Galatasaray's defense is certainly a lot more energetic than it was in the entire second quarter. Jumper goes up from Fegvanek and she nails another jumper, and she really has come into her own. 11 points for Fegvanek, just 1 point shy of her season high. She had 12 against Gdania back in game day 2. Stolen away, quick hands, and an unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called on Yilmaz. You can look what that means to her. Wonderful play by Jovanovic. Just read the passing lane, knew where Yilmaz was going to swing, and it's that left arm from Yilmaz as she just pushes Jovanovic out the way. And that will send the Serbian guard to the free throw line. 4 shots, and Sopron will take possession back as well. How damaging could that be? We see Basharan come back in and Krajcik head to the bench. 79% from the free throw line prior to tonight's game, Navina Jovanovic. Sopron get possession. The lead is back out to 14 now, under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Begvanek looking for space for the jumper again. Ball moved to the wing and thrown away. Good defense in the end by Galatasaray. It's tough to decide whether you try and defend the penetration or whether you stay slightly true to the perimeter. Horn's offense now for Galatasaray. Plum moves it to Guljan. It's away Basharan on the screen, but throws it away, and Guljan making a couple of mistakes. Bilgic with a miscommunication. Coach Gaspar will be breathing a half a sigh of relief as his team managed to hold on to a double-digit lead. Jovanovic almost throws it away, but Zukar holds on to it. Gay now going to work into the corner, wide open. The three goes up and nails the three. That is a big, big shot from the corner. How important will that one be? Begvanek drains the triple, takes her tally to 12. Foul is called on Basharan, the offensive foul. The Eagles screen being set, and once again the momentum swings completely in favour of Sopron. Guljan heads to the bench for Galatasaray. The game returns Kayla Davis. January comes in for Jovanovic for Sopron as well. Both teams making changes. Been a real game of chess between these two coaches, rotation-wise here this evening. The crossover was a beautiful execution, created the space she needed. Williams drives to the bucket, floats up high, rebound's going to be won by Galatasaray though. Plum puts some energy behind it, bringing it the other way. Bilgic now to Basharan, gets it back. Into the corner, Plum for three, that's a big shot. Kelsey Plum, just her second game in the Galatasaray jersey. 7 points now for her. In fact, 10 points, sorry. Second Galatasaray player to double digits. Ball inside to Gay, going to work. Uses the pivot well, but a travelling violation is going to be called. Good defence by Basharan. Gahin into the action for the first time today. Bilgic goes to the bench. 22 years old, Edar Shahin. Appeared in 5 EuroLeague women's games so far this season. Almost travelled there though. That will be a travel. Gabby Williams picks up that back foot. Trying to run the WNBA rules. That doesn't fly in EuroLeague women. He's a player for the LA Sparks. Moves it now to January. And there's a lot more space. Galatasaray's defense is a lot looser than it has been. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Williams, going for the rebound, but Davis took a shot to the face. Have a look at the replay. Let's have a look. Yeah, Williams pushed the ball into Davis's face. Sure she's okay, and she'll be back on her feet shortly. Davis still struggling to recover, getting a ball in the face. Williams was fighting hard for the rebound. And we see The ball pushed quite hard into her face, knocks her to the floor. Ready to go again now, though. Shahin gets it over the half, being harassed by Fegvanek. Two players at the opposite ends of their careers. Shahin just 22, Fegvanek 37. Plum now. Slides away through, can't get the shot away. Is in the corner for the three. Comes up short, but that's off the hands of Abby Gay. So it will remain Galatasaray ball on the baseline. They'll get a reset as if it was an offensive rebound. So 14 seconds will be put onto the shot clock. 1:06 left here in the third quarter. Plum drives the baseline. Smart move. Steps back out. Almost steps a little bit too far. She was trying to draw that body contact, and Henry was smart to get out of the way. Now it's going to be called. Shahin with her first. Tip Galatasaray over into the penalty now in the final 46 seconds as we see Krajcik re-enter the action for Galatasaray. Davis heads out. She's heading to the locker room. Clearly still struggling from the contact before. Basharan and Davis has gone out. Guljan and Krajcik has come in. January. Stolen away, and that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. Not a smart play from Sopron's perspective. On Zukor. Just a young play, not thinking it through. We saw Yilmaz away at the races. It was going to be an easy two for. Instead, she's going to have to earn a two from the free throw line, but Galatasaray will take possession as well. This is the first of her two. 50% from the free throw line so far this season. Hasn't been there very many times. Bilgic now will inbound the ball from the sideline for Galatasaray. Chance to potentially be within just 10 points at the third quarter break. That would be a big win for Galatasaray. Guljan now, shot clock at 1, has to throw up a prayer, gets it to hit the iron. Rebound falls to January though. And Sopron will time manage the remainder of the clock, I'd imagine, here in the third quarter. Not January though, she throws up a shot. Falls into the hands of Galatasaray. They've got 3 seconds to work with it. Bilgic out of the races, gets the shot away in time, but comes up short. At the end of the third quarter, a resurgence from Galatasaray, chipped away at Sopron's lead. Though with our results here this evening, Fenerbahce are in third, Sopron in fourth, Galatasaray slipped down to sixth. But as I said, our result here this evening potentially could see Sopron jump up to first spot. Final quarter action underway here in Hungary. Game day 12 of EuroLeague Women regular season. 3 quarters down in this one. Sopron lead 55-42 against Galatasaray. A resurgent third quarter for the Turkish team, but they're going to need to do more than that in the fourth. Gulcan drives to the basket, goes off the right hand, a bit heavy. Krajcik with the offensive rebound though. And they'll go again, catch and shoot. No good, comes up short, rebound. Corralled down by the ever-dominant presence of Bernadette Hattar, her 5th rebound of the game. Onside 14 points. Long 2 is no good. Rebound ripped down by Krajcik. That was just determination winning that one. Gulcan drives inside. Foul, I think by Varga. Or is it going to be whistled against Hattar? Varga is the foul. Baseline ball for Galatasaray. Davis. Nice little crossover. Beautiful handle by Kayla Davis. She goes up and comes down with it though, so that'll be a travelling violation. That's just good defense. Once again by Fegvanek, using every ounce of experience that she has, comes across, stands her ground, forces Davis to come back down with the ball. Fegvanek now, Varga, long 2 is good. Plum just late with the cover, giving Varga enough space to get the shot away. Gulcan once again drives to the basket. Hattar with the block and another block. This time it's Varga. And once again, Sopron lean heavily on their defense. They've done it all season. One of the best defenses in EuroLeague Women. Only Fenerbahce and Praha have better defenses than Sopron. Their lead is stretched out to 15, and the way they'll be looking at it, they've burnt another 100 seconds off the game clock and extended the lead by 2. Minutes 18 seconds still left on the game clock, and as the seconds drip away, the task ahead of Galatasaray extends. Fegvanek in and out with the 2. Hattar with a big rebound. Inside Hattar, easy score as Krajcik gets caught on the wrong side. Sopron up by 17. Timeout called by Coach Gouvin. Galatasaray struggling to contain an impressive high-energy Sopron roster.
Come on, Pelin, Tina, Melis, Sude. Pelin, set the screen. Tina, set the screen. Okay, after that, player to Pelin. Pelin, go for that. If Pelin have a shot, pass the ball and Pelin shot. If not, Kelsey. Tina, listen. Come for handoff. Okay. Don't do handoff. Right way sprint inside. Go there. Okay, but first option is shot. Okay.
Remember, this isn't just about the win here this evening. Yes, both teams are fighting for the win. That's the big prize here today. But earlier in the season, in the reverse of this game in Istanbul, Galatasaray came away with a 6-point lead. So Sopron know that they want to win the game, yes, but they want to win by 7 or more so that they have the head-to-head over Galatasaray. This group, Group B, is so close this year that you have a feeling head-to-heads are going to play their part in who qualifies to the quarterfinals. and who exits EuroLeague women at the end of the regular season. Begvenek hands it off to Hattar. Sopron now going to run their offense. And the spacing from Sopron is absolutely textbook. It's making it almost impossible for Galatasaray to play any form of team defense. Williams nails a dagger 3 from the wing. And the fans, the limited number of fans we have here in the bleachers, are enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. The team in yellow putting on an absolute show. Bilgic throws it away off the foot of January though. She saves it, and that really epitomises the Sopron performance, putting everything on the floor, and everything has gone their way here this evening. Begvenek now. Lane opened up for her, she didn't take it. Hattar. Goes to Varga. Shot clock down to 5. Begvenek's going to get called for a travel. Galatasaray looking slightly dejected now as we're at game high 20-point lead for Sopron, 62-42. The win is looking further and further away. Coach Gouvan now will be thinking about the head-to-head. Can he get back to within 7? He doesn't want to lose by any more than 6. Bilgic draws the foul off Begvenek. Sorry, Plum draws the foul. Oh no, it was Bilgic. A sideline possession though. Just the second team foul of the quarter for Sopron. Plum, step back 2. Beautiful form, but the shot comes up short. And Galatasaray's shooting percentages have been poor here this evening. Shooting just 33% from the field. It's going to be tough to win games at this level from that percentage. Oh, beautiful stroke by Gabby Williams. She is absolutely flying. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for her. There's 6 minutes to play. Bilgic looking for options, but all she sees in front of her are a sea of yellow jerseys. Krajcik, she's got the mismatch, goes inside. Offensive foul, I think, is going to be called. Let's see what they say. Yeah, Krajcik called for the offensive foul on Begvenek. Comes Jovanovic. So much experience in this Sopron team. Jovanovic coming in off the bench, an Olympic bronze medalist, a 2-time Eurobasket gold medalist. Had some real talent to play with for Coach Gaspar. Pass inside to Hattar, stolen away. This time, Yilmaz brings it up over the half to Plum. Plum has it knocked away. Hattar just followed that play all the way to the bucket, swats it away again. Second block of the game for Bernadette Hattar. Watch how she steps across and helps. Stays straight up to the final second. Jukor back into the game for Sopron as Hattar heads to the bench. 22-point lead now, a little over 5 minutes to play. Bilgic is going to be fouled on her way to the bucket. Jovanovic whistled for that one. Into the low post now. Davis looking to go to work. Manages to find a slight piece of space, but Krajcik has had a night she'll want to forget, to say the least. Tina Krajcik, just 4 points, 2 from 8 from the field. Does have 7 rebounds, but bear in mind she's averaging just short of 18 points a game and 9 rebounds. It's really not the night that we're used to from the supreme talent that is Tina Krajcik. But you have to give a lot of credit to Sopron. They really have limited what she's been able to do this evening. Oh, nice, sweet jumper. And Sopron at the moment feel like they're in cruise control. Slipped it into automatic. Fans can enjoy the show. Davis, little jab step fake, goes inside, puts the air ball up, and That's the stark contrast between these two teams. That's a tough pass from January. I'm not sure Abby Gay was ever going to get that one in traffic. A 24-point lead for Sopron now, 66-42. As Eda Shahin comes into the game, Bilgic heads to the bench. Plum now waits for the screen from Basharan. Step back three. No good. A little bit flat on the trajectory. Sopron scoop up another rebound. Stolen away. Good hustle. Out to Plum. An easy layup on the left hand for her. Easiest score of the evening, I'd say, for Galatasaray. They've had to fight for every single one of their 44 points. Inside to Abby Gay. She can't get the score, but she's pushed from behind. Let's see what the foul is called on. Yilmaz whistled for that one. Gay will head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Back into the game comes Fegvanek. Out goes January. Sopron really do have a wealth of talent they can rotate through. No reduction in talent or intensity, no matter who they bring onto the floor, including the 22-year-old Zukor. She's come in and done a great job here this evening. Got herself a bucket, a rebound, an assist, and worked hard on the defensive end. Davis with the rebound. Plum fades away, doesn't get the score. Gay with the rebound. Fegvanek now. Inside to Gay. Goes up. Good move on the roll. The defense rotated well. Basharan following it well. Shahin now looking to weave away to the bucket. Back out to Davis. Inside to Basharan. Gay is going to get the foul called. And Abby Gay needs to be careful. She's been a little bit demonstrative to the officials. That is going to be a technical foul, and it's the right call. She really does need to just calm down somewhat. Her team lead by 23. She's going after the officials, saying call it both ends. A smart play by Abby Gay. If I'm Coach Gaspar, I'm probably taking her out of the game and having a quick conversation with her. Galatasaray make the change. Albarak comes into the game. Her 5th appearance so far in EuroLeague Women this season. Davis misses the technical free throw, but it will also be possession on the sideline for Galatasaray as well. Slight confusion at the moment. Who the technical foul was on. How many fouls that puts Gay onto. Shahin now. Guarded by Fegvanek. Davis. Nice handle. Beautiful step back. Deserves the bucket with the footwork on show, but doesn't get it. Sopron lead by 23 as we enter the final 3 minutes of the game. Ivanovic drives to the bucket, tries to put it high off the glass, but it was always going to be a difficult shot as Galatasaray, as they have for a lot of the evening, have crowded the paint. Basharan now hands it off to Yilmaz. Pulls up. Mid-range 2 is no good. Rebound pulled down by Jovanovic. Both teams rotating their rosters now, bringing in players to get some extra minutes whilst resting some of their key players. They'll have domestic fixtures, no doubt, at the weekend, and then they'll be back in action next week for EuroLeague Women. In fact, both teams back in action this weekend as they try to make up some of the missed games due to COVID from earlier in the season. Fegvanek heads to the bench. Varga, just 20 years old, comes into the game. Yilmaz feeds Davis in the low post. Davis has put a shift in, 12 points, 4 rebounds, but has struggled in this second half to make an impact. Has the majority of her teammates, to be fair. Sopron have just been in dominant form here this evening from pretty much midway through the first quarter through to where we are now. It has been the Sopron show. Shot goes up and the jumper is good. Varga nails the jumper. Sorry, Jovanovic nails the jumper. Shahin. Basharan looking to back away to the bucket against Gay. Good defense by Gay, but Basharan, fortunately for her, didn't re-establish herself on the floor before she grabbed the rebound. So that'll be a turnover and Sopron will take possession. They lead by 25, a little over a minute to play, and an amazing game we've had here, and a real masterclass of world-class basketball from Sopron. The opening 2 or 3 minutes, they've been near flawless at times. Zukor now puts the ball down to the wing, no good. Gay fighting hard for the rebound, falls into the hands of Sikku. She gets her first points. 18 years of age, her first taste of EuroLeague women, and gets her first score. Davis hands it off to Yilmaz. Yilmaz skips through, taking the shot herself. Instead, it's spilled away into the hands of Sikku. Sopron will slow things down. About 15-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so Galatasaray should get the ball back. Ivanovic comes back out. Oh, smart jumper from Zukor, and some of the younger players from Sopron have just come on and kept the level just as high. The lead out to 29 points now. Sahin, she still wants to run an offense. She knows that points difference might make all the difference when it comes to qualifications, but she can only throw it out of bounds. 8 seconds left for Sopron. They're going to run the clock out in what has been a wonderful display on their home floor. The fans have thoroughly enjoyed the game. Their team have really put in a huge performance. No real surprise. Plenty of smiles on the faces of the players in yellow. The fans on the side of the court couldn't be happier with what they've seen as their team takes a big step towards EuroLeague Women quarterfinals. As for Galatasaray, this puts them on the rocks. A loss here this evening really does make their chances of progressing very shaky indeed. Final result here in Hungary: Sopron 73, Galatasaray 44. Shooting percentages, nothing to write home about for Galatasaray. 33% from 2.9% from outside. Sopron getting the job done from 2-point range. 5 threes as well certainly helps their cause. For Sopron, it was a masterclass in pretty much every single category. Varga, 8 rebounds. Williams, 7 assists. Krajcik, 7 rebounds. Bilgic, 5 assists. They're your Sopron and Galatasaray statistical leaders, respectively. Here are your top scorers. Hattar leads all scorers with 16. Williams with 12. Fegvanek with 12 as well for Sopron. Davis, 12 and Plum, 12. Whilst Guljan picks up 6 for Galatasaray. Plenty of smiles. Absolutely understandably for Sopron. Appreciation once again shown from the fans in the stands. They know they've seen a very special performance from what is turning out to be an exceptionally special team that they have on their hands this season. Both teams now, their focus will turn to the weekend as Sopron once again will be back on this floor, taking on Fenerbahce on Saturday. As for Galatasaray, they are once again on the road on Sunday, taking on Londe, and that really is a must-win game for Galatasaray now. Galatasaray slip to a 5-7 record, while Sopron move on to an 8-4 record. think mathematically decided at the end of today's game. Sopron are very, very close to securing a post-season spot. Here are some of the highlights from this evening's game. Plenty of them to look at. An awful lot of them from the team in yellow. What a game they've had. A great team effort. 3 players in double digits, led by Bernadette Hattar. She has 12 points, 8 rebounds, alongside a block. Just behind her, Williams with 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So close to pushing on to that elusive double-double. Also had a couple of steals to her name. Theg Vanek as well, rolling back the years. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for her. As for Galatasaray, offensively, they absolutely struggled. Only 2 players just about making it into double digits. 44, their lowest score of the season in EuroLeague women. Davis leading the way with 12 points and 4 rebounds, alongside an assist and a steal. Only other player in double digits was Kelsey Plum, 12 points and 5 rebounds. And really, Sopron did a phenomenal job on Tina Krajcnik. She's averaging over 17 points a game. They limited her to just 4 points. That's how well they played here today. That's the performance they put in. And that's one of the big reasons they walk away with what is a very impressive 29-point win. Okay, that is a huge scoreline, and will send out some signals to the other teams around EuroLeague women that keep your eye on Sopron. They've got a chance of making it all the way to the Final Fours, if not the top step of the podium itself. As I say, these teams have a game this weekend. Sopron taking on Fenerbahce at home. Galatasaray on the road to Londe. Before Sopron, next Wednesday, will finish out the regular season with an away game in Londe, whilst Galatasaray will be back on their home floor taking on Skio. Sopron in the driving seat to claim a quarterfinals berth. Galatasaray hanging by a thread as it stands. Thank you so much for joining me for all the action here in Sopron, Hungary today. We've had a wonderful exhibition of world-class basketball. Sopron have put a school session on Galatasaray. The final score here in Hungary is Sopron 73, Galatasaray 44. A wonderful team performance from the Hungarian team that takes them one step closer to the postseason. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you stay tuned to all the remaining EuroLeague women action. Plenty still to come this season.
Kelsey.